Hey there, and welcome to the Creativity Broadcast. My name's Laura, and I'm here to do another collective creativity reading for those of us who are creative, working with our creative energy, nurturing our creative spirit, or trying to move creative projects forward. So, as always, as I'm going through today's reading, please make sure to funnel it through your own intuition. And this is mostly about connecting and seeing what resonates the most for you. I often find that spaces like this, I think for creative and particularly for sensitive people, are really helpful because we're going through a lot all the time. And it can be sort of crazy making. And then when you hear something that resonates with you in a reading like this, I think it makes it easier to return to a place of peace and flow and creativity and really trusting yourself and your own ability to create, which is really, I think, the true joy and magic of being a creative person. So that's what this is about. And welcome. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll get one of these every week. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a breath. And it's interesting. The image that I'm seeing is like almost like a little. At first, I thought it was a heart kind of flying around. I think it's like a little butterfly kind of flitting. It's interesting. So let's go ahead and begin today. Overarching message. I think we're going to start with the animal spirit today. I hope you all are doing really well. I can't believe that we are getting towards the tail end of August, at least at the time of recording this. Here in upstate New York, we have been having almost autumnal feeling mornings. I know it's going to get hot again, but it's sort of funny because I'm having so many feelings about it. Like I'm mad. I want it to be hot so I can swim in the lake as long as possible. I'm excited because it's sort of a little bit of like autumn preview. And I think that season usually has me like physically slowing down and going inward. And so I've been kind of enjoying the opportunity for that just these last couple of days. All right, let's see. Also, I don't know about you all, but the last couple of weeks, I've definitely been in a lot of like post-creative explosion, like recovery and integration time. I had a pretty big, actually like a couple of really big events this summer. One was the first show with my band at the end of July. And then I threw a surprise party for my husband at the very beginning of August, which was so fun and joyful and exciting. But because of who I am as a person and like how I get when I'm like doing creative things like this, it was like very detailed and specific. And I did a lot of like, creativity in secret, which is, I do a good amount of my creativity in private because it's for me, but doing it secretly, it has a different energy. And now that that has been released, I'm just like, whew, I'm tired. All right, let's see. Animal spirit, overarching message. What is it? Cosmic egg. No kidding. Oh my gosh. Cosmic egg. That's wild. I wonder if my friend Kristen is going to watch this reading. I'm going to have to text her and tell her we got cosmic egg again. Oh my God. Okay. Cosmic egg. Overarching message, cosmic egg. Kind of feels right as we're coming to the close of the season of summer. And, so much of summer, it's almost like I kind of relate to the year sometimes. Like, again, it's me, so I'm going to do a roller coaster analogy where like the beginning of the year is the lift hill where you're like climbing. And then I find that summertime is like when you finally crest the first drop of a roller coaster. And so sometimes that kind of explosion creates a lot of energy. It can be a release of energy like I was just talking about. or it can be like the gathering of something new. Either way, that is definitely cosmic egg energy. And I think it's perfect as we are kind of in, not to be super corny about this, but like as we're kind of in late summer, harvesting from the year. That's kind of part of preparation for fall, is like the harvest of the summer. And that's totally cosmic egg energy. Okay, let's read this. Cosmic egg, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. I love the cosmic egg. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it doesn't end. That line, the journey is complete, but it does not end. To me, that's where, like, I think this is really speaking to you, like, particularly for those of us who are maybe having some kind of spiritual breakthrough this summer. Maybe you're having a breakthrough in your healing or like your sense of peacefulness in life, where you may have dark corners of your mind that you realize you don't have to go anymore. Maybe you've been building up a sense of faith in life. I know for me, I've been working with this mantra in meditation practice that I came up with for myself. It's called, I flow with life and life flows with me. And just that sense of connection, it means that while we still may have like lots of journeys that we want to go on and projects that we want to create and things that we want to do and achieve, what it means is that we are perfectly content knowing that we are somewhere in the journey. There's like a sense of wholeness wherever we are and completeness, and like not needing the end result to give us that sense of wholeness and completion. Like it's a very different way to very different way to create. So part of how you may know that cosmic egg energy is really alive for you is if you may be doing all of the same things in your day that you normally do, but instead of feeling the way you normally do, maybe feeling stressed or anxious or disconnected or like emotionally hungry, maybe instead of that, you're aware of a little bit more peace or a little bit more presence or a little bit more sense of how lovely it is to get to make choices about what kind of tea you're going to have in the afternoon. Just like a little bit more charm and whimsy and gratitude. Cosmic egg, cosmic egg. I think cosmic egg is really important in the creative process too, because how many times are we like working on something and we put so much of ourselves into it that tends to become a stumbling block to actually creating the thing that we want to create. You know, sometimes we kind of need to be like, oh no, like I'm good. I have this cosmic egg shell around me. Nothing's permeating and nothing's leaking out. It's just I'm self-contained, and I'm going to keep creating from that place. It's pretty cool. I think we're going to do Sacred Destiny next for a little bit of clarification here. Okay. This deck, I swear to you guys, when I read here for us in the channel, my decks have a lot of personality. And when it's just me by myself, they tend to be a little bit less spicy and just a little bit more informative. But like, I need to tell you that when I was just laying out Sacred Destiny Oracle, my eye was drawn to whatever card was on the very bottom, Relaxation. Which, first of all, can we talk about how orange, like, I don't normally wear this color, but here it is. That's not the reason why I find this interesting, though it is a little bit of like a cosmic wink. But I think part of why I'm fascinated by this is because one of the cards on my vision board for the year is Relaxation. And so I'm like, wow, like you guys can't see this, but on my vision board, I had scanned this card and printed it out. So it's like life size on the wall. And what an interesting thing to occur. In fact, I'm wondering if this is the case for any of you. For me, I'm kind of enjoying that this is happening at late summer, where like the vibe, of course, is to like want to lay in a hammock and read a book and relax, and then being lit by the moon. So it feels appropriate for the time, but it also feels appropriate for my growth arc this year. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm just going to leave that there. That's interesting. So let's see a little bit more clarification for this message. What else do we need to know? Trust. Look at that oasis. Wow. Okay, trust. Desert vision. The desert seems parched and devoid of life. Yet it is to the desert that spiritual sojourners go to gain messages from the Creator. Traditionally, the desert is a place of spiritual cleansing, renewal, and profound healing visions. Just as desert terrains can feed our souls, they also nourish lands thousands of miles away. For example, the Sahara Desert and the Amazon rainforest are a great distance from each other. One is a vast dry area of sand and scrub, while the other is moist, lush, and green. And yet they are connected. Annually, thousands of tons of nutrient-rich dust from the Sahara crosses continents in the upper atmosphere and deposits via phosphorus and other minerals. And deposits vital phosphorus and other minerals, not things traveling via phosphorus. That's so funny. Okay, deposits vital phosphorus and other minerals to the Amazon, which is needful of those exact nutrients. That's magical. The sacred landscape wants you to know this is a powerful and important card to receive. Even when things seem parched or not fruitful, a deeper energy speaks of the power of your inner knowing. Meditate, trust those nudges from the universe. Your celestial advisors are close now. You are now open to receive some of the most important messages of your life through intuition. I'm going to read this again. You are now open to receive some of the most important messages of your life through your intuition. Your intuition is spot on, so trust it. And even if there are some areas of your life that seem lackluster, know that other areas are being fertilized for a resplendent future. Have faith and know that there is a higher purpose. Wow, wow, wow. I'm also fascinated by these things coming at the same time because I feel like the message here, one of the messages for trust is first of not only the interconnectedness of us, of like our parts of our lives to the others, but also how interdependent we are with other people in our community and our global community. And so sometimes we actually have seasons where, like, for example, if business seems like it's really slow, we might start to panic. However, if we empower some relaxation, the time that we spend relaxing actually is probably fertilizing more for the future than we think. And so I think this is a really lovely reminder that like the relaxation is actually really not only okay, but it's like actually really important for building the things in our lives that we want to really stay. Because if we're building those things from a sense of stress, then we're going to feel stressed when we have them, versus if we build them from relaxation or whatever your version of that is, then we actually get to feel relaxed in them. Pretty cool. All right, I think for our final card, this is usually informing any actions we need to take. We're going to do the Wisdom of Avalon. Come on. All right, there we go. The Wisdom of Avalon Oracle. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's given me a couple. I'm getting two. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we have a sacred journey marker, which is partnership. It's 32. And then the wind fairy, which is 29, which is a guide of fairy. I don't know that we've gotten a guide of fairy on this channel yet. Thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. Beautiful. All right, let's check these out. And remember, this is all in the category of action steps, or like what to do with all of this. Okay. Okay, sacred journey marker, partnership. You're put on notice to seek connection in all things. This is the coming together of ideas, the fulfillment of attraction, the marriage between two people, and the harmonious blending of energies. If you're inquiring about a partnership of any kind, this signifies the importance of observing the qualities that this relationship creates as a result of the sum of its parts. Whew, that was a big sentence. Let me read it again. If you're inquiring about a particular partnership, this signifies the importance of observing the qualities that this relationship creates as a result of the sum of its parts. There's always much to learn in the choice of partners. When you receive the blessing of partnership on this part of your journey, it's a sign that the object of your inquiry may indeed give you what you need. It's a portent of opportunity where the partnership exceeds the potential of the individual. The sacred journey marker reminds you that you're never alone, and there's always a partnership with the divine. It's a very auspicious omen. Ah, that's so cool. I mean, the first thing that this makes me think of is it's so funny because I was talking to a client about this morning, and then another client kind of about this yesterday, about like partnering being a field where so much more is possible, not only in terms of output, but also in terms of support and being resourced, not only like tangible resources, but also emotional resources and feeling supported, whether it's with the universe or like the mystery or as this reading just said, the divine, or an actual partnership. Like right now, the one that comes to mind probably most easily is my partnership with Bay at West of Wonderland, where like the thing, I was literally thinking about this morning, looking forward to our fall retreat. I was like, it's so amazing because the thing that we create together is so much bigger than anything either of us would want to do on our own. And not only in the sense of like, we can literally do more together, but because we are doing it together, the qualities of the partnership push out into the world: connection, friendship, relationship, who we be together and like the collaborative nature of our relationship has an effect in the world that is, it just like couldn't exist otherwise. So I'm really grateful for that. And the wind fairy. Okay. The wind fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. The wind fairy whispers that the power of thoughts manifests the unseen into the physical. Take time to observe your predominant thoughts. Are they positive? Do they reflect empowering concepts, or are they negative and disempowering? When you tune in to how your mind is focused, you will surely see the relationship between your environment and the thoughts you're thinking. To change the world of outer conditions, you must first change the way you think. The wind fairy also reminds you of the power of intellect, as this is a good time to use the power of your analytical mind. Think before you act. This is not the time for impulsive action. A well thought out strategy will yield a positive result. I love it. Wind fairy is sort of low key being like, hey, if you want to manifest, if we're even going to use that word, but if you want to create something important to you, you have to get really intimate with how you talk to yourself about it. Love it. So I think in terms of some actions, right now, these two of these coming together for this reading, I'm really thinking that a good reflection is to look at partnership and to look at where am I in partnership in life or in a particular project, and what works about that, not only in terms of how we work together, but also in terms of what it's putting out into the world. And then with Wind Fairy, how can you be more supportive in your talk with yourself about the things that you're working on? Cool. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Definitely know in the comments what resonated, and also what do you think about my cool non-blue dress that I'm wearing today. I usually wear a lot of blue. It's kind of fun with my ballet teacher hair. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time.